In the event that you have been longing for venturing out to Japan and need to begin arranging your getaway, this movement direct is loaded with every one of the tips and data that you'll have to know before your outing to the place where there is the rising sun. From food varieties to attempt in Japan, to how much cash to spending plan, to what exactly venture out stuff to pack, to the best activities in Japan, we're covering everything. What's more, I mean the world. We're in any event, addressing your humiliating inquiries like, how are the latrines in Japan? We are sharing precisely the amount it expenses to make a trip to Japan, and we're tossing in some cash-saving spending tips. This is a definitive assets with all you require to know prior to visiting Japan. Interestingly, quite a bit of this rich practice has, in spite of wars and common demolition, been protected, or revamped, and a visit to Japan is a paramount experience. Bragging and unending rundown top attractions, fun activities, and focal points to investigate, an excursion in Japan is surely an extraordinary venture of time and cash. Find the best places to visit in the country with our rundown of the top vacation destinations in Japan. Number 1. Mount Fuji. Definitely Japan's most conspicuous milestone, Great Mount Fuji-san, is additionally the country's most elevated mountain top. Transcending 3,776 meters over a generally to a great extent level seen toward the south and east, this lofty and famous mountain is sufficiently tall to be seen from Tokyo, in excess of 100 kilometers away. Mount Fuji has for quite a long time been commended in craftsmanship and writing and is currently considered so significant a symbol that UNESCO perceived its reality social importance in 2013. Part of the Fuji Hakone-Izu National Park, Mount Fuji is moved by in excess of 1 million individuals each late spring as a demonstration of journey, which comes full circle in watching the dawn from its culmination. Number 2. Supreme Tokyo. Tokyo's most renowned milestone, the Imperial Palace with its delightful 17th-century parks encompassed by dividers and canals, is an absolute necessity when visiting the country's capital. Try not to be put off by the way that most of the royal residence is shut to general society. It's as yet being used by the imperial family, as there is adequately still to see basically by walking the grounds. Notwithstanding the many fine perspectives on the castle from various focuses in the encompassing parkland, guests are allowed into the East Higashi Gyoen garden and different regions that are open to general society as a feature of a coordinated visit. Quite possibly the most heartfelt perspectives is of the celebrated Nijibashi Bridge, or twofold extension, so named for its watery reflection. Number 3. Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. While little should be said here of the devastations of the nuclear bombarding of Hiroshima in August 1945, much can be said of the amazing endeavors this lively city has made to celebrate the numerous survivors of the world's first atomic assault. Maybe much more significantly, Hiroshima has become an image of enduring harmony. Visited by in excess of 1 million individuals every year, numerous from abroad, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, Hiroshima Heiwa Kinnan Kone, lies at the focal point of the nuclear impact. In the thing was previously a clamoring part of the city. Here you'll track down various significant landmarks, remembrances, and exhibition halls identifying with the occasions of that portentous day. Number 4. Memorable Kyoto. One of Japan's most visited urban communities, flawless Kyoto, one of only a handful few urban areas in the nation to be saved the annihilation of World War II, draws in excess of 10 million guests every year. The greater part of them are here to investigate Kyoto's fine old roads and design, a lot of it unaltered since the imperial family took up home here over 1,000 years prior. And still, at the end of the day, the city was Japan's most significant social community. This heritage, truth be told, proceeds right up till today with its numerous historical centers and craftsmanship displays, each overflowing with significant models, artistic creations, and other fine arts. Features of Kyoto's Buddhist-affected engineering incorporate its some all-around saved sanctuaries, 30 of which are as yet being used, and significant constructions, for example, the 14th-century Golden Pavilion, Kinkaku-ji, well known for its wonderful gold leaf-clad outside. Number 5. The island shrine of Itsukushima. Simply a short ship ride from territory Hiroshima is the island of Miyajima, popular the world over as Japan's Shrine Island. Covering a region of 30 square kilometers in Hiroshima Bay, Miyajima is most popular as the home of the Itsukushima Shrine, a Shinto sanctuary devoted to the princess little girls of the breeze god Susanoo. Dating from the 8th century, most of the sanctuary's structures emerge from the waters of a little strait upheld simply by heaps. The impact at elevated tide is just shocking, making these designs, including the well-known Great Floating Gate, Otorii, show up as though they're drifting on water. Number 6. Sanctuary City. Historic Nara. For quite a long time the center of Japanese culture, the exquisite untainted city of Nara is home to countless notable structures, alongside significant irreplaceable assets and showstoppers. Notwithstanding its numerous noteworthy roads, the city flaunts various significant old sanctuaries. These include the wonderful 7th century Kofuku-ji Temple, maybe the most popular of the 7 great temples of Nara, and the magnificent 8th century Todai-ji, Great East Temple, renowned for its colossal bronze sculpture of the Great Buddha, Daibutsu, cast here in AD 749. Number 7. Osaka Castle. Underlying 1586 by renowned Japanese fighter and legislator Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Osaka Castle, Osaka-jo, was at the time the biggest and most significant fort in the country. Albeit annihilated and modified various occasions since, the current construction, inherent 1931, stays consistent with the first. Features of a visit incorporate the tremendous 5-story, 42-meter-tall principal tower. Based on a monumental 14-meter-tall stone base, the pinnacle is home to various presentations specifying the historical backdrop of the palace and the city. Make certain to visit the highest level for its eminent perspectives over Osaka, a particularly alluring sight as the sun sets. Number 8. Chubu-Sangaku National Park. In the Japanese Alps. Japan brags a number extraordinary regions of normal magnificence, a considerable lot of them assigned as public parks or, sometimes, UNESCO World Heritage Sites. One of the country's generally stupendous of these is Chubu-Sangaku National Park in the focal point of Honshu. Situated in the recreation center's northern and focal areas is the gathering of mountains on the whole alluded to as the Hida Mountains, or Japanese Alps. This district contains the absolute most elevated tops in the nation, including Hotaka at 3,190 meters, and Yari at 3,180 meters. Comparable from multiple points of view to the Alps of Central Europe, both in the personality of the scene and in its wealth of snow in winter, the Japanese Alps draw in huge quantities of walkers and climbers in summer and skiers in winter. Number 9. The Atsuda Shrine. Nagoya. The Atsuda Shrine, in the core of the city of Nagoya, is the main Shinto place of worship in Japan, and draws in excess of 5 million guests every year. Set up in the principal century, this strict site is acclaimed for its safeguarded imperial symbol, the grass-cutting sword, Kusanagi no Tsurugi, one of just 3 in the country. Number 10. Fukuoka Castle and the city's ancient festivals. One of only a handful few enduring instances of the once productive and glorious ridge homes liked by shoguns and city rulers, Fukuoka Castle, Fukuoka-jo, is one of the features of a visit to Fukuoka. When part of a gigantic complex that covered a zone of nearly 47,000 square meters, this lovely mansion actually intrigues with its size and its situation on a tall establishment neglecting the Naka River. Fukuoka is additionally notable for its numerous occasions and celebrations. The most popular of these is Hakata Gyoen Yamakasa, an acclaimed 14-day-long, 700-year-old festival held every July that draws a huge number of guests from the nation over to its brilliant motorcades, just as its customary races and ensembles.